Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this beautiful Wednesday morning? My only day off. I'm looking forward to that. It's the little things in life, like days off of work. Hope everyone is starting their day well. Good morning, Mr. Ed, Mr. TC, Mr. David, Mr. B. Shady, Mr. Michael. That's all right, Mr. David. Glad you can join us for the first half. Good morning, Mr. Pete. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Let's start it off like we always do. Talking about what I carried in my pockets last night. So in my front pocket, I had my Draco, which is a BGM hollow ground blade on that. Beautiful blade. And then in my back pocket, I have my new BGM Gringo with another hollow ground blade. Beautiful. From Mr. BGM. So those two go well together, in my opinion. Oh, well, thank you, David. And then in my back left pocket, I have my Tyrant. So, yeah, I'm loving this thing. It is super thin. He kind of said that. I guess the thickness of the blade led it to get super thin. Very nice grind on it, though. I like how he matched up the swedges. But yeah, the action on this thing. Mr. John asked me if it acted any different, and I don't really notice much difference, but it does make a little bit different sound. I think removing some of the metal from the blades make them make a little bit different. This one's the same way. It sounds a little snappier. Yes, sir, Mr. Pete. This is the Gringo regrind from BGM. Yeah, it is super slicey. It. I want to actually see how thin it gets behind the edge before we move on. I've still got to change batteries in this thing. Oh, wow. Well, those have gone out completely now. Got to find some button cells. Oh, well. I thought I would measure it, but I guess I won't. So, that was my pocket check. Let's see. Christopher, I'm not sure about that, whether he wet grinds it or not. I did hear back from Mr. Gersh, um, from Gersh Reblades, and he will do it plain without his logo. All you have to do is mention it on the order. So that's super cool. So I'm probably going to get some kind of cool shaman blade made. Um, yeah, he does a great job on that. And he's very reasonable in price. Um, Christopher mentioned earlier that that was the second knife Winter Pudding had done. The sliding side, yeah. So that was a huge topic yesterday. Um, Yeah, I agree, Michael. If we're speaking of the same person, um, not sure if we are, but I'm pretty sure we are. So, yeah, that was a huge topic on Instagram yesterday and on Reddit. Pretty wild. Uh, if you haven't watched Mr. Winey's video, I invite you to go do that. Morning, Waylon. So, I did get one knife in the mail yesterday, and that is this one. And it is not my normal style, but pretty cool looking knife. It's got some blue in there in the shredded carbon fiber. Um, Pretty cool clip. And very unusual shape. This is the No Guard from Best Deck. You can see the blue peeking through there. It is a pretty comfortable knife. Holding it right here. They put the jimping just far enough um, to run out. Yeah, Pete's going to be doing regrinds here soon. Action on this thing is superb. Um, I don't mind the flipper tab because it's very minimal. But this is definitely an unusual knife for me, being carbon fiber and black bladed. So, yeah, very interesting. Throat goat. It had to do with the good old topic of clones. Transparent knives went off, and I believe Greg Medford. There was all kinds of posts. People were reporting that copyright materials banned on Reddit. Blah blah blah. Just a bunch of clone hate. Um, it's going to be. It's not like it's going away. Um, People are going to have to learn how to use it to their advantage and use it as marketing for their knives. Don't get so bent out of shape about it. Uh, Actually, it wasn't Sparrow. So that was mis. So that was misinterpreted. Um, it was a different Greg. Well, here I'll show you the post. So from the Sparrow guy didn't do it. It was Greg Medford. I can show you the post where he talks about it. Hopefully, I can show you the post. There was some confusion about that. Let me see here. So, I believe if you go to Transparent Knives uh, Instagram, So you go here, you go to his rant. Actually, it's on this post. So right down here, Sparrow responded. He says, LOL, funny, they think it's me. All I did was post a picture of my trademark and say something like, importing counterfeit knives is a crime. And then they immediately banned him. So he can't even see what's going on in there. And then the replies to that, Sparrow said, so embarrassing. He said, was it me? LOL. Someone else messaged me and told me they got kicked for standing up. So it says, so James Lee Hand says, no, it was Greg Medford. This was in the knife swap section of Reddit. I know a lot of people don't like Greg, but he has about the same views as the rest of the world. So Sparrow said it wasn't him. And these other people chimed in and said it was Medford posting on Knife Swap about counterfeits being sold. So I don't know what it looks like. Sparrow was confused at why they thought it was him, and this other guy said it was Greg Medford. So I don't know what the true story is. I haven't talked to any of the mods. They're both yeah. He said he did post a picture of his knife, of his trademark, and say something like importing counterfeit knives is a crime. So who knows, who got mad about what? It started because I think it kind of started because of me, and I'm not trying to take credit for anything, but someone posted on the Chinese subreddit that Winter Pudding had stopped making one of the knives, that he heard it on my show, and then that was the topic of discussion in Transparent Knives post. So it was all about the Winter Pudding thing. So I think he read the post that was on let me see if I can find the actual post. So somewhere down here, pretty close. Yeah, right here. Somebody posted this post. It said, according to Blade Alchemy on YouTube, Exceed Designs contacted Winter Pudding regarding their clones, and he agreed to stop making his clones because the profit margins were too low. So that's what started it, I believe. And then Transparent Knives went off about that topic. And this whole video is about the Winter Pudding thing.
Night live to talk about something very interesting, I think, in the cloning world. Obviously, I'm not a fan of clones, and what I'm really also not a fan of is the way some people try to.
We're not going to watch this video, but I will
even glorify them.
I will start just show the beginning of it.
And so there's been a recent situation where a company, a brand called Exceed Designs, they make a knife called the Avere, among other products that they make. And
he even got the name of the knife wrong.
Was cloned recently by a brand on AliExpress called Winter Pudding. So Xseed Designs apparently reached out to Winter Pudding and said, "Hey, you guys are hurting our business. We don't make enough money on this for you guys to be undercutting us by half." So I believe the Avere is around $250 retail, and the clone is around $112 retail, so less than half the price, right? And
so look who's all over this post right here.
Pudding said, "Hey, we don't want to hurt your business, so what we're going to do is we have about 100 left. Once they're sold out, we will stop making the clone," right? And so this is...
So anyway, that's what started it all. And he goes into blah, 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 blah. Every couple of months, something comes up about it. And, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I agree, Ed. If more people were mature about things and did reach out, to cloners, they might get the similar results. But since they're so hard against it, and lots of people talk about how, yeah, go watch the video, Sever. It's a long video. Yeah, but Mr. Andrew brought up a good point in the Discord last night that said, my opinion on the whole thing is like this. So when you create a knife, you create a target demographic for your knife. And the people that buy clones for $80, $100 are not the same people who will buy a $300 to $400 knife. Some of them overlap, yes. But for the majority, those are not your clients. And so trying to convince the world that, they're losing so much money because these potential clients bought the clone instead of buying their $400 knife is not a valid point to me, because those same people are not going to buy those knives. I look at it like this: if your knife gets cloned, use that as publicity. I've promoted knives that were clones by telling people to go check out the real brand. So why not do that instead of all this complaining and bitching? It doesn't solve anything. I mean, they're not going anywhere. There's all kinds of people with all kinds of reasons on why they do it. I want to test it out before I buy it, or if I didn't feel this knife, I wouldn't know, what it felt like, so therefore I buy it. But really, in reality, those are very few and far between, and the same people that buy the clones are not normally the people that are going to spend the money on the expensive knives. And another thing Andrew mentioned was the fact that these people take way too much pride in the fact of designing a knife. I mean, a knife has been a knife for a very long time. And yes, some of the design, or, the design of the knife itself is what people are, I guess, bitching about. But as far as a blade and a handle put together in a form, they're not reinventing the wheel, is what I'm getting at. So, yes, you can spend your time designing a knife, trying to make it look cool, how you like it, blah, blah, blah. But you're not reinventing the wheel. So the fact that some of these people, stuff gets copied, just like Ed said, all the time. So if they make these copies and they improve little things or fix something they don't like about it or make it a little bigger or a little smaller, I mean, I don't know. It's a topic that there will be no solving it. But I'm under the impression that as a man, I'm allowed to spend my money however I choose to. And whether that's buying, you know, Kroger brand cereal instead of buying Frosted Flakes, or the same thing, checking out a knife. If I want to buy a knife, it's my money. I can buy it. If they want to do something about it, stop the people that are making them. It's not the people that are buying them. It's the people that are making them. Uh, but yeah, I agree. If they would quit trying to make the boxes and the packaging and the logos and all that stuff, there wouldn't be a problem. It would be a knife inspired by another one. But the fact that they put the logos on them, that's where a lot of people, catch feelings about it. Um, yeah, everything in the world that makes a profit gets cloned. Uh, so I'm just, I've expressed my opinion on it lots of times. I think it could be addressed differently. I think just like Exceed Designs addressed it, it could be handled more maturely. But some of these guys are just set in their ways. Uh, and, it is what it is. No other man's going to tell me how I can spend my money. I'll tell you that much. Uh, and if it makes you happy, go for it. Good morning, Mitchell. Yeah, I think the same people, they just need to have a reason to bitch about something. But, all right, let's see. What did I have to look at today? We'll start off with this one because this is a pretty wild looking thing. Um, how would you like to cut off one of your fingers? Because this knife would help you with that. That looks very dangerous. Does anyone know what that is? I don't like that quick shut deal. Yeah, what is that? Compact everyday folding knife. It doesn't look very compact. Illegal in some states. I have not seen that knife. Very weird. All right. Oh yeah, the copyright. There is no IP. Yeah, I've tried to explain that before too. People in China don't understand the concept of intellectual property because everything belongs to the government. So whatever they come up with idea wise, if it gets to a certain point, it becomes the government's. So they don't even understand the thought of IP. Uh, it's not ingrained in their head. They haven't grown up with it, and they just don't. It's they, they don't think about it the same as we do. Completely different. I mean, they're communist. Everything belongs to the government. They don't have a sense of individuality, and you can't you can't expect someone that grows up in that environment to think about situations and things like we do here. It's a totally different. I mean, totally different class system and the way they've grown up. They uh yeah, but they weren't taught about it at all. That's the thing. At some point, we realized about IP, but they have a totally different mentality. Uh, and if you've grown up there, also, you probably would feel the same way. All right. Next one I wanted to show was Max Ace dropped the Uranus 2 uh, with the zero blade play, $98. I think that came out maybe yesterday or the day before. Let's actually go see if we can find it. 12 hours ago, Neves Knives talked about it.
So I'm in Texas because we have the Texas Blade Show coming up right now, and we always come a few days early because Kara's got family here in Texas. So that's what we're doing right now, but I brought some stuff with me that I had to show you guys because this is just way too awesome to not show you guys. We have the zero blade play from Max Ace, and it is shockingly good. If you guys are going to grab one of these, please use my link. It'll be at the top of the description. It'll take you right to Max Ace. Bang! Neves Knives, I'm Jared, and we have the new Max Ace Zero Blade Play OTF. This is the Uranus. Now, I have the original Uranus, which was a budget, or is a budget OTF with 10 CR, 15 MOV steel with an aluminum chassis. Now, there's also other versions. I have the dagger version on the way because after feeling this thing, gotta get another one because this thing is just way too cool. And they have some with the Ultim side, so you can actually see through it and see the mechanism and see how it works. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that here in a second. But first, the big question, what is everybody wondering? Is it actually zero blade play? And I am so surprised this thing is I've only felt one other OTF as solid as this, and that is the Hawk Deadlock. And that is a very expensive, thousands of dollars knife. And love Gavin Hawk, love Hawk Knives.
All right, so Max Ace website. Are they really $98? Come on, load up. All right. Yeah, right here, $98. So we got, looks like they're all full aluminum. Yeah, they're all either, looks like they're all $98. So that's pretty cool. So you can get the PEI and aluminum serrated blade, dagger blade, and Tonto blade. And then full aluminum serrated dagger. The only one that sold out is the full aluminum Tonto blade. All right. Good morning, Robin. The next one I had was something I didn't realize they released this budget version. Uh, the Magnificent Beast. So it looks like the unnamed, but without a button lock. It's got the same blade shape as the unnamed. Good morning, Cliff. But this is a very interesting $70 knife. Uh, I imagine it's 8 inches. Pretty sure it's the same blade as the unnamed. Uh, I've looked at that blade enough, thinking about modifying it. Oh, what did Ed post a link? Yeah, that's a wild looking knife. So that's one that flips closed like that one I was showing. I don't think that's the same one, but same mechanism looks like. Wow, that's totally weird. This one looks quite a bit bigger. Uh, Somebody should post a link. Aha, there they are. They're 24 bucks. Non-locking pocket knife. Wow, all that mechanism and no lock? Yeah, that thing's funky. But that is a very good call there, Mr. Ed. Uh there's that one in the video. Yeah, weird. All right, Uranus, Magnificent Beast. Uh what clones are you aware of that ended up better than the original product? Um I don't necessarily know that any of them have been better, but much better value. Uh, so what am I looking at here? The pry bar or the knife? The Krypton. I have not, but I do like it a lot. And I like him as a designer. Yeah, the Strix clone is probably the closest one. I would say it's much better value for money, and it's very close to as nice. In fact, I would say my Strix clone has better action than my original one. And by action, I mean detent and not a soft, mushy feeling. But my original, so this is the original Strix. This one is very close, but the action on it doesn't close very good. It doesn't have the greatest detent. It's actually, I tightened it up quite a bit. So that's why the shut is kind of bad. But the Strix would probably be, and the Anthem is it's got to be really close to just as good as the original. After seeing it, let's see. Where's my Strix clone? It's probably, I don't know where it's at. Right here. So this is my clone. And it is a little larger, but as far as action goes, it's got way better drop shut action. Like it just wants to shut. And it's got better detent. So yeah, this one would probably be one of the closest ones. But again, the Anthem is such a great knife too. I'll tell you what else is pretty good. Is the Dixons are actually really good. These feel really good. Seems like a lot of McNee's knives, the clones come out really good. But these Dixons are pretty nice too. They're really, yeah, the McNee's, they seem to always do pretty good. I'm trying to think of some others. That are as nice. What else do I have here? Yeah. Um, yeah, mister. That's what I suggested that he work with Winter Pudding and get his prices down. If he liked if he liked the quality of it. Uh, but yeah, the Strix, I was disappointed. It's the first knife that I've gotten a clone of that I was totally disappointed in it compared to the clone, and it's not one of those drastically different priced. I mean, it's not like this knife is an $800 knife. I guess if it was, I would expect a lot more from it, but it's still 3 to 4 times the price, and it doesn't feel as nice as my clone. So, Sever, what did you buy? You bought a Galaxus. That's one you've been wanting for a while, isn't it? Good morning, Brown Sugar. Let's see. McNeese, Dixon, Striders 2 with the steel lock inserts, yeah. Uh yeah, Benchmades are probably a better value. Let's see what we're looking at here, Mr. Robin. Wow, what is that thing? That's pretty wild, Mr. Robin. Thank you for sharing that. I like that blade grind, but I don't know what's up with all the mechanism deal. I mean, it's like a knife slash box cutter combined. Wow. Then the second one, oh, that's pretty sick. What? What's the clip? Oh, wow. Who is this person? I mean, I know they're Russian. What kind of lock mechanism is that, too? Oh, it's like a compression lock. Okay. Wow, that's pretty wild. And who is Seal Manufactory? Wow, that's a whole nother rabbit hole down the Russian side. What is that knife? Yeah, there's some crazy Russian designers. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Boy, he looks Russian. Man, that's some crazy work. That's pretty cool, too. Yeah, that maker is ridiculous. Um, but who's the design? So this is the designer, I guess, right here. Let's see. I guess this guy designed it, and the other people made it, possibly, or they're all combined. What in the world? I mean, that's pretty wild. Yeah, that's super cool. Those rollers on that clip were super cool. We'll go back to it real quick. Yeah, that those little rollers, super nice detail. Like, check that out. Man, All right. Blah blah blah. Let's see. All right. I wanted to. So there's a We knives are on sale at GPK Knives. Uh, Pretty good deals on some stuff. So if you're looking for one, they have quite a few on sale. And that is gpkknives.com/we knives. Those are on sale. What which version of the Galaxus did you get? Oh, is it the green thorn one? I thought you meant you got a real one. Maybe you did. Has the green thorn one been released? Uh Now I'm confused. Sever? Let's see. Let's go to the I don't think let's see. Green thorn official AliExpress. Yeah, I didn't think that one had been released yet. Still waiting on those to show up. Something else I wanted to talk about was the fact that Kubey has 4 awesome looking little fixed blades: the Microburst, the Bloom, the Thorn, and the Pixie. And if you can't find one of those that you like, uh, there's something wrong with you. Because all 4 of those for 80 and 90 bucks, sure they're a lot cheaper on like White Mountain Knives, but the Microburst, the Bloom, the Thorn, and the Pixie are all super cool looking knives. Sever's not talking. Sever's gone. You're not missing anything. He's not talking. Yeah, I do need to check out a an Aries. But I bet, let's see, how long are some or most of these? Oh, this one's only 5.12, so that one's kind of small. This one is 6.1. That's a good sized knife. 5.55, so those are all pretty small. Is this one of the largest ones? 6.89, yeah. I like that one a lot. Blue Ocean Micarta Inferno. Blue Ocean, my car. Oh, yeah, that's that. There's a H back in the Blue Ocean. My favorite little knife. Uh, Inferno, the Vostede Inferno. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. That one looks really tight. And I like, man, that one looks super comfy. How big is it? Comes apart and everything. 7.43. Wow. So that's Stasa's knife. That's awesome. What a cool knife. I got a super cool. I thought you said you got one, Sever. Did you get one early? Uh, I thought you said you bought one. No? See you later, TC. Yeah, I like Stasa a lot. I'm I really gotta hold on. I gotta get it to notify me when this one's available. All right. Now I got 3.57-inch blade. Man, that is a super cool knife. I wonder if did Stasa have it on his channel? That's what I'm wondering about. Let's see. Yes, he did.
Welcome back, Stas23 here, and today we got an exciting one. This is the Vostede Inferno. This is my first fixed blade design that I collaborated with Vostede with, and it's an absolute dream come true. These will be dropping on March 13th. Whenever I get an exact time, I'm waiting on Vostede to give me the exact time. I'll put it somewhere on the screen, and I'll also do a reminder post right when the drop happens. So the name Inferno, it pays tribute to a life-changing work accident that I would have to say redirected my path into knife and gear reviewing. And that moment of the accident fuels the purpose behind my knife designs, which are reliability, practicality, and everyday resilience. They're designed for real-world use in mind, and whoever picks one up, I really hope you use them and enjoy them, and I'd love to hear about it. So there are 3 different variations to choose from. 2 micarta variants and 1 G10. I'm going to set them off to the side and we'll go through them one at a time. So they're going to come with a minimal Kydex sheath with tons of lashing points here. Got a nice drainage hole at the bottom. And they all come with this belt clip attachment that you can carry it scout carry on the belt. You can carry it canted on the belt. You can carry it vertical on the belt.
Yeah, I love those.
Or you can carry it upside
Vostede
down
clips.
the belt, however you want. If you want to carry it on the belt, this is a great clip. I'll be showing the carry options a little bit later. You have a nice push-off ramp there. Nice positive. Click. No rattle. And this screw right here is your retention screw. If you want to tighten this up, make the retention a little bit tighter, you can. As you can see, you have a lanyard hold at the butt of the knife. I put this leather lanyard on there. You have nice contoured scales with some scalloping. This variation has black G10 and their copper dune blade coating. And all the knives have part of my logo there. That's the inside part of my logo. That's the first version. The next variation is probably my favorite. So same setup. This one is the one that I have set up for pocket carry. And currently I have this toe knife clip. I'll leave a link to it down below. But so far this clip has been the one that I tend to like the most as of now. And I think it's because I can still get my finger in there rather easily.
I actually want to see, he said he would leave a link to that. He didn't. Doesn't look like it. What did he call it? A toe knife? And I like that little clip.
To get the knife out. Now, this clip has been the one that I'll leave a link to it down below. Pocket carry. And currently I have this toe knife clip. I'll leave a link.
Toe knife? Does anybody know about that clip? Toe knife. Clip. Toe knife. It's always sunny. Yeah, I don't know where that clip is.
Down below. But so far, this clip has been the one that I tend to like the most as of now. And I think it's because I can still get my finger in there rather easily to get the knife out. And it holds it in there. So this variation has their blue ocean micarta with in the way.
All right.
But
well, I got enough. I got to see it enough.
They put the hole through the scale material. What I really wanted, a belt loop right there. So whenever I'm pulling it out, here's into my pocket like that. And it holds it in there very well. And if you have thicker seams or thicker with this particular clip and the G10 variation, time for some quick size comparison.
So there's the H back below it. So it is bigger than it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick one of those up. Oh, it's Tor. Okay. It's a Tor Knives clip. It's not the... I don't know which one it is. Huh. I don't see the exact one. Mounts. Yeah, they don't have it in stock, whatever it is. I've got one that I bought that's almost just like it. All right, let me see what Pete linked up here a second ago. Butterbean. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got our tiny knife fixed for the day. Let me see. I've got one. Uh, that's an ulti clip. Hold on just a second. I got something in here. Could have sworn I had. Where is it? Dang it. I thought I had one almost exactly like that I got from somewhere. Yeah. So I've got all three of these. I've got an extra one of those Bastide ones that I'm going to put on something. That little thing's super cool, though. I got one of these Bastides that I'm going to put on something. And then I've got the Ulti clip. And then I've got this one that's kind of like that one he showed, except it's kind of off to the side. So this one works pretty good. For mounting for pocket carry, but I don't like it as much as the one he had. But I love these Bastide ones. They work great. I'm not sure what that is. If anybody has a link to that one, let me know. David, have a good one, buddy. Oh, here's the clip. So it is toe knife. Thank you, Mr. Pete. I like that one. I like the price of it, too. I'm going to post that in the links channel on the Discord. All right. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Pete. Toe knife. TONIFE. They got a bead blasted one, black titanium, and stonewash. Well, that's titanium and everything for $850. Oh, thank you, Waylon. I forgot. Yeah, Pete had linked it too up above. Yeah, I can see your chat, Sever. David, I think your knife might be out for delivery today. And let's see, what is it, the same one? Heck, it's more expensive on AliExpress than on Amazon. Nice. What are we looking at on White Mountain Knives? I believe I've got that knife. Pretty sure I have that too, son. Oh, yeah, that's it too. So far, the Amazon one is the best link. It's only $7.99 for the bead blasted and the stonewashed one. thank you everybody who found it. Lazy Boy, is your knife on the way? It will be today. I got to send 2 knives out today, yours and I got to send the uh Azusa, the AZ USA largemouth to somebody else. Uh and what's blinding you? Oh, the gringo was blinding you, John? By the way, Mr. John got his power back on. Yes, I do, Mr. John. 904. I've I've got a did I need to put some knife? Okay, sorry. I want one of his newer models. I think he's got some newer ones. Mine is over here in my integral bag. Uh, yeah, here it is, John. There's my 904. I gotta go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Well, that was one of those good ones. Again. All right, back to the 904. I think he has a. Does he have one with the blade hole, maybe? Yes. I can hold it for you. I can get 4 fingers on it just about perfectly. And my thumb does reach the ramp. It's got a pretty big area right here that's kind of weird. Uh, but it's got his signature on the back there. All right, what are we looking at on his website? He's got. Oh, yeah, he has the flipper tab version. That's what. So this one doesn't have thumb studs. It doesn't show what it looks like closed either. Uh, the jacks, yeah, the jacks does look cool. I guess you can't find the thumb stud one anymore. Huh. Well, mine does have the flipper tab. I didn't even notice that. So I guess this thumb stud version is an older version. Yeah, I don't think this is a mod. They originally came like this. I do believe. I can find you one. Yeah, when he first came out, let's see. Dan Carrera 904 904. So right here, knife standards. This is the same model I've got.
Hey, this is Knife Standards. Today I'm going to be doing my full review of the Dan Carrera 904 Integral.
There's quite a few of them. That might be the one I actually bought. I think I bought it from LTK. I think that's actually the one I got. I offered him 300. He was wanting 375. Yeah, that's the version I got. So yeah, the older versions had thumb studs. I was trying to find. That's the DTF. The fuller on the DTF looks great. All right. Mr. John, let me see if I can find. I gotta find the knife I'm sending you today. I knew I would have time on my day off to do that. Aha. Here it is. This is the one I'm going to send you. But you're going to have trouble. I don't know. The fuller works, but you have to get right into it. And if you miss, yeah, I'm going to send you this one today. That's my other one. The Saladin. All right, what are we looking at here? Yep, that's a Sever 7 knife. You posted that one a few days ago. Definitely got the recurve. I think Sever might have got one. Good morning, Sharp Obsession. Yeah, this is a cool knife. If this is what you were talking about, Cliff. It's not very sharp. Let me show you. You can just barely get your fingertip in it. The only way you can get it is just, yeah. It's kind of annoying, but you're welcome to try it out. It's always got the flipper tab. But I've got two of them. I like this one better. It's more my style. I'm still trying to figure out if Sever bought one of those green thorns. I could have sworn when he first came in, he said he bought one, but then he said that they're not for sale yet. So I'm super confused. If he did get one early, I want one. I can't find where he actually popped in the channel. I don't know why I thought he said he got one. Where did he say that? All I see is a hey girl to brown sugar. And I swore he said something before that. I don't know. Oh well. All right. Let's see. It probably makes it easier if you take some pressure out of the detent bar. I might actually send you this one. Because it's still a pain in the butt. All right. I had something else I wanted to look at today. What was it? Huh. Might as well show some pocket checks on Discord. Uh, Something obscene, Little Rascal. Nick with the crescent and the Davlis. Beautiful pocket check. Mr. Ed with the CH. I like CH knives. CH 2008 Toucan. Then we got Aaron with the Something Obscene Little Rascal. Cool knife. And then Mr. Pete. Is that a nanner? You got a nanner? I see you there. Um, it was on the Zero Tolerance store from DH Gate. It wasn't one of the, it was, that guy had a bunch of knives that only he had, and that was one of them. Those Hokkaidos were kind of made by the same person, I believe. But they're not. The Warhound was made. Uh, it was from a guy called Zero Tolerance on DH Gate. So let's see. Yeah, that's the knife it is. But you can't really find them for sale anymore. But the Old Lee Swordsman store, I believe he bought a bunch of the zero tolerance guys stock, or maybe it's, wait, it might be China high end EDC. Now I could have sworn, who had the Hokkaidos? Barker Hokkaido. Yeah, the Daxi store. So this guy's the same guy that made those. He bought the stock from, I don't know, it's confusing. The zero tolerance guy was on DHgate. And why can I not go to the Daxi store? I don't want to sign in. Oh well. It's because they use a mobile address. Well, dang it. It's going to make me sign in, I guess. Yeah, all right. So the same guy that made these made the Warhound, these Hokkaidos, and it's probably this Chung, whatever guy's name, because the zero tolerance guy also had these knives back then. So he ran across a bunch of that guy's stock, but they don't have the Warhound anymore. They do have the Sigil. Yeah, I agree with you on that version. Uh, about it being junk. I've got the good version. I don't know about the blade steel. I've got the somewhere. Where is my Hokkaido? I think it's up here in the front. Yeah. So this is the better version of the Hokkaido. It's got the milling. Uh, it's quite a bit bigger too. Uh, but this is one of those older ones too. See you later, Robin. This is the good version of the Hokkaido, though. It said it was M390, but you know how that goes. And I'm pretty sure hang it. If you go to Chinese knives on Reddit and type in so you'll see a bunch of the hellhound blade shapes. I can't. Because all those Microtechs have that blade shape. So there's claims to be S35 VN and titanium. So 2 years ago, yeah, it said it was S35 VN. Oh, that claims D2 steel, while the one I have claims S35 VN. So it could be the D2 steel one. These links, I'm sure, will not work anymore, as they are ancient. But, yeah, I didn't think that was going to. So who knows what they are. Sorry, I was looking around on AliExpress anyway and got a 404. Didn't really go anywhere, but he said this one said it was S35 VN, but could be D2. All right. Let's see what else today. Oh, Cliff, something I noticed pretty wild. The shipping from Tennessee to Alaska is going to take 2 weeks. So that's pretty wild. Yeah, that Gringo does look nice. It's more aerodynamic, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm glad the first 2 I got done by him were those 2. This thing's pretty wild. Might have to pass that along to somebody who will enjoy it. Yeah, that's pretty wild. It says the first. It's like 2 weeks from when I sent it. All right. Well, what is on? What are we looking at for the rest of the show today? What made me get this best deck? The price. I knew I could check it out and turn around and resell it and get my money back out of it. It was basically brand new. And instead of $306, I got it for $125. So it was just totally the price. and it will be somebody's favorite knife. But definitely not mine. I do that occasionally with knives that I know I can check out, and I've not had too many Bestech knives, so I kind of just wanted to touch some more Bestechs. And I can tell you that the action on this thing is superb. Um, it feels very good. I'm impressed with a lot of Bestechs. That's a good question, Mr. John. Hopefully soon. I've got a lot going on in my personal life. Uh, and I'm working too much. I've got to take another day off. I've got to have another day off. I've got to stop working 6 days a week, cut it back to 5, and then hopefully I can get some of that stuff done. But with what I got around the house and the broadcast and work, I just haven't had time. All right. I'm about to pack this up for Mr. John. Send it your way. I will get that packaged up. I guess I'm supposed to do priority so you get it quick. All right. Well, that's all packaged up. How does that keep popping out of there? Weird. Pace Metal Fab, good morning. All right. If y'all hadn't hit that like button, please help a brother out and do so. But if anybody else doesn't have anything they want to talk about or look at, I'm going to start winding this one down. It's my day off. I've got to get some stuff done today. I got to send off this knife, and I got to send off. I've still got to do the inlay for my. I'm waiting on my fractal vise for that, but I got to send this back off, which is the largemouth. He's literally just paying me to send it to him to check out, and he's sending it right back to me. I'm going to show you all this one last time. This is a Vanex. This is the largemouth by Azusa in Vanex blade steel. Super cool knife. Super comfortable knife too. Super nice grind on it too. The belt satin. Nice finish on the blade. But yeah, this is going to be a heck of a knife for him once it gets released. Yeah, this is a great knife. This is a prototype. Uh, they're not done yet, so I'm sending this off to somebody else. No, I do not have a Scorpio. Um, Who am I sending this to? I think it's another reviewer. Let's see. Reddit. I'm sending it to Grady's Gear. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Grady's Gear, but I bet some of y'all are. Yeah, I did get it. I got it returned, and he sent the other one back out. Yeah, this knife is going over to him. I got to ship both of these out today. Guess I'll put my Gringo back in my pocket. One more time, if y'all hadn't hit that like button, invite you to do so. Hope everyone has a great hump day. And a good end of the week. If y'all need me, hit me up in my email, bladealchemy4u@gmail.com. Join the Discord if you haven't. Follow me on Instagram, shameless plugs. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with me this morning. I'm going to try to enjoy my day off. So there's that. Anyway,